Hey team, so in this video what I'm going to do is I'm going to break down a strategy that we use quite regularly to help restaurants, bars, actually it could be used for a lot of different businesses, especially brick and mortar businesses, get more Google reviews. And in hospitality we know that having a lot of 5-star Google reviews is very helpful. So what I'm going to do is I am going to first show you what it looks like, and then I'm going to dive into the computer and show you how to build it yourself. And in the links below this video there should be all the templates and everything, so you should be able to do it yourself very easily. So let's get into it. Okay, so the ad looks something like this. So obviously this is off the Daniel Bachelor page, but you do it off your venue. And we typically do for a $50 food and beverage competition. Now you can draw these out as long as possible. I know some venues that do these like every 6 months and just do it twice a year and then just change the photos up. And you can spend a relatively low budget on it, so you do get a really good result. For most venues you can get like 5-star Google reviews for $1 or less, and they're legitimate Google reviews, right? They're people who have actually been to the venue, they've actually had a good time, they just haven't been prompted to give that Google review yet. So what this does is it essentially says, hey, we're giving out a $50 food and beverage voucher, and then what happens is they click on it, they click the little yes please button, have you been to us before? And so obviously if you're asking for Google reviews, you only want to get it from people who have been to you before, and only want to get it from people who have had a 5-star experience. And then you prompt them to give you a Google review in order to go into the draw, right? So this will link to your Google review page. So it's just going to go to our Google review page. Actually, it's just going to go to our website, but you just link it to your Google review page. If they haven't been to the venue, then what you can do is you can ask them to follow you on Instagram or do something else that is appropriate for people that have not been to the venue before, but you can still get something out of them in order for them to go in the draw. And obviously when they've done that, they can just click done. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to dive into the computer and show you how to build this out for yourself. Okay, great. So let's dive into it. What I'm going to do is show you our competition flow that we use for venues or restaurants that are looking to get more positive Google reviews and also more Instagram followers or whatever other secondary action you want to set up with it. So I'll show you how it works. So essentially, we use Manychat, and if you don't know what Manychat is, it's a sort of automated messaging software where when someone clicks one of the Facebook ads or Instagram ads that you set up, it will automatically message the prospect or the person or the customer back and forward. So I'll show you what this one says. So bear in mind, the ad that this is coming off, I'll show you in a sec, is something like, we've got a $50 voucher to give away, just click the button below and you can go in the draw. And so when they click the button, it says, hey, first name, have you been to us before? Because if they have not been to the venue before, then it doesn't really make that much sense asking them for a Google review. So if they say they have been to the venue before, we say, great, what would you rate your experience out of 5? 1 to 5, these all buttons will pop up. So if they click anything less than 5, we just ask for feedback because we don't really want a Google review. But if they did have a 5 out of 5 experience, then we ask for a Google review. This is where you link it here. And then you click done. And then it says, okay, awesome, you're in the draw. Obviously, they don't actually have to give the Google review. Like, there's no way of actually, well, maybe some smart person could set it up so that they only can click this done button once that has been actually done. But from our experience, this works pretty well. It doesn't really seem to be a problem. And when you're drawing winners, just make sure they actually have given you a Google review. And now what happens if they click no? So we say, oh, not to worry, hopefully we'll see you sometime soon. Give us a follow on Instagram, and then you're in the draw. And then you just link the Instagram account. But you can see how you could change this to be anything you want. And then click the button below when you're done, and it goes here. So it is very simple. So that's sort of the overview. The only things that you're going to need to change is you're going to need to probably change the wording a bit to make more sense with your brand and your brand identity. And then you're going to want to change this Google review. So you're just going to click on it, click, you're going to click, click on it, click open website, and then you're just going to put in the Google review website for you. So for us, right, be social NZ, you'd go to here, and then you'd go reviews, and then you'd copy and paste this link into here, if that makes sense, and then leave everything else. And that's fine. And then for Instagram, you do the same thing. Go to Instagram on Google, find your Instagram account, link it, and then most people will be doing this on mobile, and when they click it, it'll say, would you like to open the app? And they say yes, and then they can follow you through the app. So that's all that really needs to be done there. So now I'm going to show you how to set up the Facebook ad. Just as an example, this is something that was set up for a client a little while ago. They were running something very similar. It went well. They got a lot of people to opt in. Gets 120 likes, etc. I don't quite know why we've used join now as the tagline, but that's okay. I'll show you how I'll do it. So let's just go create campaign, and we're going to go for engagement. Click continue. I would say Google review. Leave all these the same. Make sure that you put in the correct page here. So I'm just going to do this so I don't accidentally run it for client. Honestly, the budget you could keep quite cheap. The way that I've seen lots of people do this is run it for like $5 a day, just kind of continuously, and then pick a winner like every 6 months and then change the photos and just run it again. So it's very passive, but it seems to work well. So I'm just going to chuck it down to $5 a day. Oh, not 50. Location. So obviously you don't want to be doing the whole of the country. What I would recommend is just targeting like a 5 to 10 kilometer radius or 3 to 5 mile radius around the venue. With the age stuff, one thing that's pretty good habit is just to cut the age down from 65 plus to 64. Most people over 65 aren't going to be clicking on this on purpose, and so if a lot of people click on it by accident, then Facebook's going to start to skew the ad towards an older demographic just because they tend to be clicking on it. So that's what I do. I'll just leave them as advantage placements. Typically for campaigns, I like to just do feeds because they always get the best response, but I'll just leave these. Facebook will figure it out. And then in here, so you want to come down and you want to add media, and again, if you've seen any of my other videos before, we use basically a window image for everything, and by window image I mean sort of 4 images in one that we make up in Canva. The reason why we do it this way is it just gets way better results, and I'm assuming it's because people click on it because they want to look at one of the images, and by clicking on it to look at one of the images, you're actually clicking on the ad. So I am just going to pull up, sorry Gumdale Tavern, I'm just going to use your images. So these are images from a venue in Australia, but they weren't used for a competition flow, but that's okay, you can get the picture. So you just put in your images, and probably don't want the people next to each other, you probably want them across from each other. I'm going to cut some people off here, that's all right. Cool, so we've got our images, and now we want to make them a window image, so we put in the bits in the middle, so they look like 4 separate images that people try and click on, and get sucked into click on the ad. Perfect, so then you just download it as a PNG file, or a JPEG, I'm sure that's fine as well, and then we're just going to upload it. Perfect. And now I've got some copy that we can use. This is sort of our template copy, so obviously change it to suit your venue, but I'm just going to copy and paste it in. $50 food and beverage competition, we're giving away $50 to say thank you to our amazing local community. Da-da-da. Perfect. Okay. And now I would, for the headline, just saying click here seems to work as well as anything. So I often just use click here with the emoji. And then we want to go to advanced setup, but first of all we want to set up the JSON code. So you want to go add trigger, and you want to go down to Facebook ads JSON. This might, yeah. So I will just update this. So what you also need, because we're just doing this, so in order to attach a JSON, the first question just has to be like a singular button, and it can't have any variables like hey first name. So we'll just do it like that, and then now the JSON works. I am going to be cheeky here and put in. This probably needs to be done over here, to be honest. I haven't actually made this template yet, so at the end of this video I'm just going to make this template and put it in the comments below. That'll be good now, sweet. So we need to copy the code to the clipboard. We're going to go back to our Facebook ad. We're going to go to advanced setup. We're going to click edit. We're going to copy all of this, delete it, put in our new code, save and finish. And we are done. We're all set up. So if I go destination preview, so now we've got the beginning of our JSON code and our flow there. And then you just click publish, but I'm not going to do that. So hopefully this was helpful to somebody out there. Let me know in the comments if there's anything more you'd like me to cover. Again, this is really good for venues that are looking to up the amount of Google reviews. They've got Instagram followers, Yelp reviews in a natural way. Another thing that we do highly recommend, which I might make a video on in the future, if you've got a database, you can literally just email them and say, hey, we're looking to get to 500 Google reviews by the end of the week. We'd really appreciate that if you've had a good experience with us, that you go and do it and follow this link. And we're going to pick a few winners for a $50 food and beverage voucher for the people that give us a review in the next 24 hours. And then you send out 2 emails, not just 1, and you do it that way. But if people want that, let me know below and I can just send the templates in another video and get that out there. So hopefully this helps someone out there. Cheers.